We wanted to work harder and harder just to, I guess, to impress Jerry. I mean, he's that good.
Yeah. I think the source or Jack realized we have to keep this stuff a little more protected, and we have to give it a place.
Yeah.
And that place is the secret headquarters.
So what the source does, the source can sort of communicate with Jack and provide him blueprints for things that Jack, as an amateur engineer, can start to build, and then ultimately the source helped him build a 3D printer, a huge 3D printer that allowed them to build bigger objects, including the headquarters itself, and ultimately motorcycles and G-mobiles and jetpacks, blasters. He was able to take his old motorcycle jacket and turn it into a force field emitting jacket. He could sort of reconceptualize anything with the source's help. We brought the kids on set for the first time, and we kind of covered their eyes, and we led them in and basically walked them into a secret headquarters, a fully art-directed space with gadgets and gizmos, and sort of let them loose, and they could run around and play. And essentially what they said and the way they felt is how their characters reacted in the movie.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get that at a green screen.
Yeah.
Stunt coordinator and second unit director is an awesome guy named Greg Rementer, and he made some super cool, what do you call those? Stunt
viz.
Stunt vizzes, where you basically set up the stunt training facility, which is a big room like this, but full of cardboard and pads, like a gymboree, and you design it and lay it out like it's the set, same measurements, and the stunt team dresses up like the kids, and we shoot the film, but on a small camera and in a fake place. Edit that together, put music, put VFX on top of it, and then everyone can look at what the scene might play out to be, and you can make adjustments and change camera angles and scrap shots that are a waste of time. And Greg was just awesome at that process. Awesome. Charlie, a Walker Scobell, does like an awesome power slide, so like that's got to be in there. He does his own stunts mostly, by the way, which we learned in Greg Rementer's training facility. You start to see Walker doing stuff, and we're like, oh man, that kid can really like jump and flip and climb. So we started working that into the script. Like when he leaps over the pool table, he could do that.
Yeah.
When he power slides across the gym and picks up the nanobomb and throws a strike, he can do that.
Yeah.
With his left hand, which he learned to do for the movie. He's naturally a righty.
That's right.
But it was important to us that he's a lefty because his dad earlier in the movie forgets that he's a lefty. That's how little time they spend together.
Momo is also really coordinated. She was the way, there's a scene where she jumps over the back of the sofa to sit down, and she just did that. We weren't even filming. She just did that like in the most effortless, like cool guy way to sit on a sofa. And we were like, wait, did you just do that? Can you do that in the scene? And she was like, yeah, no problem. You know, she's just very athletic and graceful.
So she jumps over the sofa. We're like, that was awesome. Hey, Walker, in the next scene, why don't you try jumping over the sofa and screw it up? And he's like, gotcha.
Gotcha.
And he face plants on the sofa.
Yeah.
Kazai Curtis, who plays Big Mac, nay Eugene Berger, is so funny. Like, he's constantly filling empty space as an actor. Even when he's off, the line isn't his, he's just listening to other actors. We started watching the footage and we realized Kazai Curtis is always doing something amazing. And you can, which is so helpful when you're editing a movie, you can always cut to him. Because you're trying to piece together takes of a movie and make the scene shorter or longer. And you could count on Kazai to fill space in such an unpredictable, on-story way.
And we didn't even realize how great his performance was until we started editing the movie. And then we would start watching scenes and just watching Kazai the whole time because he's so captivating and he's always doing something great. Yeah. And we every day we would uncover these like little Kazai moments.
And some of them are in the trailer. They're so funny. Like Jack is talking about how you wouldn't tell your parents that you were a superhero, right? Because you'd sound crazy. And he's, yeah, no. He's just always in character, and he has such a natural delivery.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Abby James Witherspoon came to us late in the audition process. I think we saw a lot of audition tapes for the whole movie.
Hundreds.
And did a lot of chemistry testing, and really wanted to make sure that this group of kids, young adults, had great chemistry and felt like real friends and all complimented each other. And that's hard, you know, and you're sort of mixing and matching and building this group of friends. Abby came along at the last minute and just kind of blew us away with how funny she is and how sharp. And she plays this character, Lizzie, who's a little wise beyond her years and thinks she's a little older than her friends, even though she's not. And I think we probably all had friends like that in middle school.
The guard's got to have a mobile of some sort. And we thought it would be really kind of charming because it's Owen Wilson and he's more of a regular guy if it was the family camper. And that 1970s VW bus is just such a classic. We knew that VW was coming out with a new bus, and we said, maybe we can back into the new VW electric bus being G-Mobile 2.0. But to do that, you have to really start to set it up. So you go back to the camping scene in the beginning, establish the original VW, then you see what happens once it's been sort of tricked out by the source. Mm-hmm. And just keep building the importance of this G-Mobile all the way to the point where they get a brand new one at the end that can do a whole lot more than the first G-Mobile. Making a movie is so hard. There's a lot of ways to slice it, but I think what we aim for is a really fun and collaborative energy on set so that you want to show up to work every day because you're going to be there for a long time and for months and months and months. And this was a great time.
Yeah. I think it's for everyone. It's definitely for kids and parents alike. But I think that it's also for people who just love a good adventure movie and a comedy, and love a movie that kind of harkens back to some of the family classics from when we were growing up.